Hey guys, welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program, the factory builder with galactic scope. My name is Twitchi, let's keep pressing escape, and we have been charged with taking over this star system here, this cluster, and producing power for the homeland. To be able to achieve those goals, we've been trying to get onto our chemical engineering, and now it's time to push our research further forward. We've done all that we can on the blue wow, I say all that we can. I'm just going to put that one, we'll talk about that in a second. We've done all that we can with just the blue cubes, apart from that one that I've just queued up. So to move forwards, we need to go on to the red one. That's fine, we've got that. We've actually got quite a bit of that research done already because the game tried to trick me into taking that research a little bit earlier than I thought I was ready for it. So I stopped that when I realized what was going on and started off on my own path. No tutorial will hold me back. I think it's quite a bit of a shame that we don't actually interact with the belts when we're in our little Icarus craft here. So whilst I have been waiting for the research to roll in, I've been going back trying to extend the belts on somewhat for our main bus because the thing that I had just asked for research to happen on, I believe was these drones. I might be wrong there. I'm playing this game pretty much blind, but we can make these bam, prototype combat drones. I don't know, maybe they're not for me, maybe they're actually for my oh, here we go. Okay, so he just gave me a whole bunch of information, and whilst that was happening, wouldn't you know, the red cubes came in. We'll get back to the red cubes. It's literally just a thing we will do, probably here, to be honest. But we've got the prototype of the combat drone, and that means we're going to start a whole new military complex somewhere over here, maybe just past the water. But I think the first thing that we need to do, of course, is to build that prototype combat drone. Military obviously goes on the red boxes. Okay, let's go with storage, the production. Let's throw ourselves down one of these units. I can then go and have a look at the recipe for, oh, there it was down the bottom, for our prototype combat drone. Now, as you can see, that's going to take 4 items. 4 items, always a little bit of a hassle in this game, but we've got some iron ingots, some engines, some circuits, and some plasma. I'm mostly confident that none of the decisions I've made here are going to come back and get me in the future. Let's go ahead and just input. This is the iron. They actually need the more iron than anything else, so I'm going to reserve the right to be able to feed an extra one in there. That should be all of the things that we need. And now I'm wondering whether we can actually run a belt of these out the back, because if we look a little bit ahead into the future, things like the precision drone actually need, I don't know if I can show you. If you look at the bottom, the ingredients that are down there, the precision drone actually needs a copy of the prototype drone to work. So it'd be nice to put that into a belt of some description. But more importantly, can I grab some of these? What do they do for me? Oh, I've now got a hangar and some fleets. Okay, let's try and put those in there. Okay, so I've got 4 and 4 in the hangar. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't think I'm ever going to need them, unfortunately. I don't even know how to use them. It's all just automatic, so we don't get to see until I'm in threat again, and I've kind of made this planet safe. So I've been looking a little bit at the recipe for the red cube down here. We need ourselves some hydrogen and some energetic graphene here. I just call them the carbon rods. And we produce carbon rods just over here. That's great. And then just over here, we also produce the hydrogen. Now, the hydrogen might actually be a little bit harder to extract there. We need to make those in... I'm about to run out of power, aren't I? Let me just see if I can deal with that. In here, I must have some logs and some organic matter, a little bit of oil, and some hydrogen on me. All right, that's good. That's good burning. That's good burning. I was about to say that we need to move this. That's the most extreme thing that I could possibly think of doing for these matrix labs to be able to process any one of these double. Oh look, let's ignore that. I've actually noticed that we've got a couple more blues that we could have unlocked. So we'll just pass by that. To be able to do a blue and a red science, when we activate that, the lab actually needs to have a blue and a red inside it. So we can't have these two being separate. And rather than trying to ship the hydrogen and the graphene or the red cubes, whatever the option is, to bring that all the way back over here, no, I think instead what we're going to do is just rip all this down and take it over to there. Thankfully, if I just press shift when I take out the belts, it takes the entire belt out, and then all I need to do is take that splitter, and then we'd have never known it was there. Okay, I've been looking around wondering where we're going to construct the new area. We want to try and get the hydrogen from here and the graphene. I'm kind of looking the other way from what I normally am, but I don't know how to turn my map upside down. I'm sorry that it's the wrong way around from what we normally look at it. Here's where the hydrogen comes from, here's where the carbon rods come from, and of course the belt has everything on it that I want. I could fill this space here. I kind of wanted to reserve this space for something, but like this here, yeah, definitely. So keeping roughly the same orientation, I need these conveyors here, the magnetic coils, and we've also got some circuits right here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, the circuits are coming from pretty deep in the weave here, but I think we're gonna do okay. Stop spinning the map around at the same time. If we come down here, headed towards the graphene cubes, the graphene rods, sorry, cubes, what are we talking about? And then just next to that new line of circuits, I should be able to also fit in a split here. And now this is all the materials for the blue circuits that we're ever gonna, for the blue cube, sorry, that we're ever going to need, I hope, anyway. Okay, what layout are we gonna have here? We're gonna want to have a couple working on just red science. We'll have the inputs coming this way, and we'll have some red science coming out here, and then we'll have another stack of actually just processing labs here. I don't know if I'm going to need any gap in between, but that's what we're going with. And then we've got blues down the bottom. Okay, I've put that in the wrong place. No. So this one should be nice and easy to get running. We've done blues before. We know how we're doing blues. We just need to connect. Let's grab the outputs here. Oh, I hate it when it doesn't quite work the way I want it to. It's one of my, I don't know, I wouldn't even know how to suggest a fix for it when it doesn't quite like fold the way you want it to. I'm not sure if I can quite convey what I mean properly with the word fold, but like when you pull down and then go off to the side, you can either go like down first and then to the side, or to the side and then down, and often it feels like it always picks the wrong option, right? That's just inherent in any choice that has to get made, and I'm not the one making it all the time. I'll only remember the bad ones. Okay, my first question is, can we put them we don't want to do that, do we? We know this. We need the belt to be a buffer, just because like there will never be a perfect one-for-one relation between the two. So let's just have a little bit of a buffer going. It's tempting. No, I'm not going to do it. I was gonna say it's tempting to make a little loop, but then I've just got something that's constantly whirring away and putting tax on like my actual computer, and that's probably not the best thing to do. I don't know at what point we're going to get processor death of this game, but I feel like it could come relatively soon. Okay, here's a game with quite some scope. Okay, we stripped off the light oil, heavy oil, crude oil, whatever it is that comes out. It can't be crude, this is the crude. But whatever it is that comes out of the refinery to go off to our chemical engineering plants over there to make plastics and such forth. So I think we can do something similar with hydrogen. The problem is we're kind of penned in here a little bit. I'm just going to do this. Let's see if we are suffering now because of that. No, we're doing incredibly well, actually. That's good. Some people say I'm a bit cavalier in my actions, but I think we can just go through like this. What's going to happen down here? I actually consequences of my own actions. No. So when it gets caught, well, I say caught, when it's underneath one of these upright jumps here, if you can't get it connected direct to it, yeah, no, that's not going to work, unfortunately. So you'd be like, okay, so we just we destroy that bit and we get rid of all of these. I pressed the wrong button. All of those, and then we just go back underneath, right? You put that there, connect these together. I did that the wrong way. Okay, and then we try and run this way. It wants to go up and over. It won't put the same piece down and underneath. So now I've got to destroy this as well and either re-put that one back or make a new bridge. It's a little bit of a hassle. I shouldn't complain too much because they're also pretty good at jumping like corners like that. So, you know, it's cool. Okay, so my hydrogen is gonna feed in this way, like so. We'll let my drones deal with that. And I think what I'm gonna do is swap these back around. I actually swapped these around last episode to go off towards our chemical production, but it's only this side that ended up needing it. So maybe we can introduce this one here. I am out of conveyors once again. If only there was a piece of technology that could help me get round the hassle of having to come and pick these up all the time. I mean, I could have used the far away pickup, but I still would have had to have got within range. Oh, maybe there'll be something about that in the future. All right, try my best to not destroy this tree. It looks like it's having a good time in my industrial wasteland here. Oh no, oh, that got close. That got close. Okay, here comes the carbon rods, and I believe the hydrogen is also on its way. I don't like the fact that we don't have much hydrogen coming out of there. I bet that's because we're not eating enough of the fuel for it. I think we're backing up so much fuel that it's impacting the performance of the oil refinery. But 8 hours after the beginning of the game, oh man, what is this time? We've produced our first red blocks. Okay, that's great. I've not made a way of that going into there. Let's fix that quickly. I did end up going with the spinny output. It just looks better, doesn't it? Let's be honest. This actually looks kind of cool, and I think we're going to stick with it. Okay, the way I'm going to deal with this is by just making sure that all my fuel sources are going into burners. When you got a problem, just incinerate it. That's obviously the way forwards in life, right? So with the building of the red cubes, they've given me a whole bunch of other things. Use planetary shield to prevent space attacks and relay station landings. That sounds like something I should actually work towards. But I think actually I want to do the one big thing that I've inadvertently been ignoring. I really didn't mean to ignore this, but it turns out I've not been doing the solar panels. And solar panels are kind of important to this game, so I should probably pick that up. Oh, look how quick it's going. I was supposed to get this so much earlier than this. Okay, that's the solar panels done. I just want to go and stand next to a charge point here so I can press it. Ooh. Oh, he's just telling me there's no silicon here and that I can get it from the stone. That's fine. What I want to do is have a look in here and see what I need. Copper ingot, high purity silicon, not glass, and circuit boards. Okay, well, we've got a lot of that already. There's been a few places where we've broken things off of the line. What are you? You're actually glass, I know. You're high purity silicon. We've shimmied it all the way over here now. Okay. Circuit boards are here as well. Well, you know, and copper. Okay, they're all up this side. We should try and figure out. Wow, I kind of want to do it over there. I've just spent a fair amount of time lifting and lowering some belts so that I can get the high purity silicon, the circuits, and the copper out. Now I got the copper out fine. The high purity silicon's going to be coming on its way, but I've just realized I've got a circuit line right here. I really didn't need to do a third of the work I just did. So I'm reworking the belts here because I've had a look at the recipe for the solar panel. In fact, let's bring it up here, and you can see that we need 10 copper ingots, 10 high purity silicon, and 5 circuit boards. Doesn't actually say it there. I just remember it from the recipe in my replicator here. So I've reworked it so that the circuits are further away, or rather the two that we need more of are closer to. And we're going for the very elusive 2 machines feeding into 1 storage here. That's normally a little bit awkward for me. I've normally messed it up somewhere along the line, but this time we got it going fine. So what are we going to do with these solar panels? I think the only thing we can do, I mean, I think the North Pole, honestly. I think we should head up and see what the poles are like. I don't know whether there's seasons in this game. Like, is there some tilt to the planet? And, like, will the North Pole be in shadow when the South Pole is in full light? Or do we just... This looks somewhere around here like the pole. I'm going to go ahead and put down... Oh, what color? What color? Blue, I suppose. Oh, I can do that, and I can do that. Ooh, I didn't know they had a polar coordinate system up here. It's not, is it? It's just a weird grid. Okay, it's going to take quite a bit to race my way back down there, but I'm going to start with this one solar panel and then click this here. Is it shaming me again? Oh, we're at the South Pole, not the North Pole. Well, I guess that's fine. 94%, 90, 95. That's pretty good. I like these numbers. It's not quite the 100% of totally overhead sun, but that's still pretty cool. And before I go and connect up the system, I'm going to grab a whole bunch more of these. I also need some power. Where's my power towers? I'm going to be coming back here a lot. Let's pop one of those down there. That should be good at keeping me all powered up now without having to chew through my power reserves, my burnable reserves, I should say. Just noticed we're at 0.1% threat from the big guys over there. That's something to keep an eye on. Another thing that I should have kept an eye on was the number of Tesla towers I actually had in my inventory. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it all the way to the South Pole, but I'm certainly going to give it a go. That actually connect, was that too far away? That's too far away. Okay, we've managed to get that connected to the grid. Great, I love that. I love that. Okay, is that the right sort of spacing? I wonder if we can get some more in, not in this ring, but we will get some more eventually. Let's do this next set of quadrants. Put these on the diagonals, see how that feels, and then we can put these as close as we can here. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll see how far I can get with the pattern and the 24 or so that I've got. Okay, I think we might finally be at the radial distance where we want to think about... Yeah, we couldn't do one in that sector, but we can put one there. Okay, that's good. Now we've got a whole new line coming out. Okay, that's nice patterning. I like this a lot. I wonder if I can actually put one of these in the middle here. Okay, that's nice. And then this can be my power. Okay, that's good. Probably actually the most efficient place to put the solar panel is right here, but I've just gone and picked up another 50, so I'll take the efficiency hit. Oh no, the way they've done their grid is going to ruin my nice pattern that I've got going on here. So I was following some like meridians coming out, but look, this line just completely jags. Oh no, I mean the big four directions are still totally fine, but that's actually a little annoying. I don't know, annoying, disappointing, something like I can't go down the middle. Like here I can pick up the pattern again. Guess I've just got to pick there or there. Look, the same here. I can pick up the pattern here. I'll just put one in the middle. I guess the pattern's more important to me, it turns out. I thought it was going to be efficiencies or something like... No, I want to make a pretty pattern on the pole. What's going on here? Okay, that's the best I can do for now. I think this is pretty nice. It's a good start. It's a good start. We're definitely not going to do the whole planet like this, but until we start putting them up in orbit, we'll take that. Okay, one thing I've been waiting for, and you know what, this is going to be a very, very short piece, but is to get the... Hey, what's going on here? You don't have a power source. Let's just throw that down there. Totally derailed myself. So I've been trying to keep this space clear because I want to upgrade these things over here. They're too far to operate. The electric motors, the research that I've got working on right now, the magnetic levitation, literally its recipe is the electromagnetic drive and some more magnets. I mean, everything's fixed by magnets in this game. Look at this. There's even a handy splitter like right here. That's actually really good. Okay, that's the research coming. I have, of course, found the item I need to be buried deep within the belt system here. I suppose I could get rid of that notification on top. I'm just like so focused on trying to get everything out of here. Okay, a rare left-right split rather than carrying on with the flow. I mean, it does join on the flow, don't get me wrong, it goes back in with everything, but to get there, I've come over this way, come in, split over, tasty, tasty spaghetti. Woo for first builds. Okay, that's that first one down. Well, I mean, like, as long as I don't mess things up, we are as close there as need be. We'll slam that down. We'll give it an output this side. Must be selecting on a ramp if you can. Nope. Okay, now we're building up. Now all we need to do is copy this idea out a few more times. We're now producing the electromagnetic turbine. Now, that was kind of the easy bit. The next thing we need to do is, of course, why was I so focused on that? Well, if we come up here and all the way up, high efficiency logistics systems. Oh, look, we could upgrade the conveyor belts. We could make everything a little bit faster. 3 conveyor belts and 1 of those drives. We'll take it. Thanks very much. Oh look, we could also upgrade the sorters again. Now, why does this become a little bit hard? Because, well, somewhere... Oh, wow, look at this. We need to backtrack that and see what's going on. But there's my belt output. Well, in fact, it's here. We've got some belts on a belt, of course. And somewhere here, we need to get both these things. Wait, I took off by accident. That's a bit... It's a bit embarrassing to just happen in front of everybody. Sorry, I've got to learn to control myself. These two here need to make their way down that way to both get upgraded. But first, whilst the research is coming in, let's back up a little bit here. We just need... Wow, I was going to say we just need more machines, but actually we need more iron. What's going on with the iron supply? We need another iron belt. It's being shared out amongst too many things. Okay, that's actually kind of fine. We can do that. Out of all problems to have, iron being short is not that much of a problem. Like, look at these two. They're not doing anything, these two belts. Maybe we could combine them into another smeltery. Okay, there's my high efficiency logistics. But talking of high efficiency, look, these guys are absolutely churning out. They filled up the belt and they've not done anything to touch this one. I think we just want to feed that back over this way. I was just watching the footage back. I don't know what's wrong with me. Blue? No. Oh, sorry, we're on the poles. We have ourselves some white concrete here. Okay, that's much better. I can only apologize. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, up at the poles, we need to have a white cap. So, as well as opening up a whole new bunch of technologies that we can go and research, there are, of course, a bunch of upgrades here. We can get some more energy, better weapons. That sounds good. We can move faster. Let's queue that up. Inventory capacity, more drones. Please, more drones. I could really do more drones. Auto reconstruction is better. There we go. That's a bunch of stuff already. We can go up in layers. Oh man, we are going to be doing well here. Vein utilization, the mining that we're doing basically becomes much more productive. Our bullets, our lasers, I can't do it, and the explosive. Well, this is really going to be a bit of a test for our systems here. Looks like I could have comfortably got away with a few more of these. I bet I don't have space to pop it down. Oh no, I do. I probably could get some more in here. Let's have a look. I mean, to be fair, that was pretty quick. I literally just like tried to figure out what I need and turned around. Okay, that was my movement speed coming in. That was pretty nice. I wonder how easy this is going to be to extend here. Oh, beautiful, lovely. That is very easy to extend. We pop that in there, and lack of matrix. Yeah, you're doing the right thing. That's good. That's good. Okay, everyone is working. We seem to be running out. Maybe that was just the push to fill this up. We are definitely running out of reds though. It's all down to the hydrogen, of course. Okay, so I've increased the number of burners. Hopefully that means that we are burning through more of this oil here. There's a chance that actually we're just burning whatever power we need. So I am very tempted to maybe pull down a bunch of our wind power. You know, this clean energy stuff is really not what we need. Ah, there is clean energy up there. I'm not pulling it down. I like that. I mean, power just gets wasted, right? That's fine. That's fine. As long as it doesn't stop burning, the production keeps rolling. There's the next one rolling in. I could really... Oh, no, not that way. Could redo with picking up this production, though. So I've once again just rolled out even more burners, hoping just to burn through this light oil. Now, obviously, ideally, we'd end up sending most of it over that way, and almost all our power needs to be met by the solar. But with the situation we find ourselves in right now, we need to produce hydrogen, and pretty much by any means possible. Well, it's not really backing up in the way that I was hoping it would, but we have pretty much reached the output limit of our oil extractor here. We'd have to go find another one if we wanted to get a slightly higher flow of hydrogen. So I think I've done all that I can in this place. I've only gone and made a whole bank of thermal power plants to deal with it, though. Where is the next closest oil seep? We can just about see one over here, but that is quite a distance. And same with over here. Can't believe I can't just turn some of this water into hydrogen. See, it seems a bit crazy, really. Okay, I've set both of these splitters up to prioritize the lanes where stuff happens. So down here, it's our chemical engineering plants all the way over there. And of course, the hydrogen goes off to the red cubes. The poor hydrogen supply. But that means that really these just act as an overflow. And as you can see, the oil is being chewed through pretty quickly now. I put these two on the end here. Maybe that was a bit much. But I think what actually has led to the demise is the buffer that was on the belt has been eaten. And now we're just running on the output of this guy. Output drops by half after 12 hours. Okay, I think it's time to build my first offshoot of a base. We've got these 3 crude oil sumps over here and then another one there. This one is a lie. Even when we tried to reveal it underneath the foundations, it didn't exist. It just wasn't there. I only just found this place. That maybe later on when we need it. I feel like this will cover all our needs for now. I need to get out there with a whole bunch of... Oh, I've got 4. Well, anyway, a whole bunch of Tesla towers. Okay, I said earlier on that we were not going to do it, but I think I might end up shipping a whole bunch of red cubes back over the North Pole. I mean, pretty much over the North Pole to our little research depot over here. I mean, there are a couple on the belt, but I doubt they make it all the way around. So being overflowing of red science would make me very happy. Okay, I've slapped down 3 crude oil extraction devices over here, but I've realised that I'm going to need something back from over at the base. I've got all the equipment I could ever want, but actually I want a layout, and that's of course this layout over here. This was quite a nice collection of belts and systems to work through a single crude oil's worth of material. So of course I'm going to have to come into the blueprints. This never goes well for me, but we'll see what we could do. We create a blueprint. And then, I hate this so much. We select that stuff. I think that should actually be fine for the outputs. I think that's going to do us well. We've got all of that. Is this included? I'm not convinced that it is, but I'd like it to be. Can I add to it like this? Is this a thing I can do? Okay, I can add to it. Okay, that's very good. I'm all about that. Look at that, I've even got the icon right. So let's save that blueprint there. That should totally have gone in the book, but okay, we'll figure that out. And now we quit this and go back over to where we were. This is my first sort of quote-unquote large-scale use of my blueprints here, so we'll see how well it works out. I'm hoping that we could just slap it down somewhere relatively close to this. I keep wanting to double press to come down. Okay, it's taking me to this weird screen. That's fine. Can we rotate it? Is that a thing that we're allowed to do? R's not doing it. Okay, so no, I can't is probably what we're feeling from this. The top edge is the one that we do. Coordinate scale of sub-areas are different from that during create. That's fine. That's fine. Let's try and put it down here and see what happens. Can I double click? Can I force this to go down? Doesn't look like I can. Okay, so my guess is because I'm using different conveyors and stuff at the moment. So let's wave the magic upgrade wand. I think I can do it like this, and all of these belts get upgraded, and hopefully the sorters as well. That would be, yeah. I've got everything selected down in the magic box down here, so I'm going to assume that's fine. So I go into the book, I click save blueprint, it doesn't want to do it, it keeps putting it back here. Okay, that's fine. So I've made, oh, thank you for the research, vertical layer construction, that's cool. So let's quit out of here now. Oh, he has some words to say. He just wanted to tell me all about the more efficient use of space if I go up and down. Why not? What is wrong here? It's only 287 facilities out of my 300 tech limit. I just don't understand. I understand that it says something at the bottom there about the coordinate scale of sub areas are different from that during construction, but I don't understand what I can do about that. There? Is it this line? Is it this line? Okay, so I made it for here, it turns out. I had to come up the globe. Okay, yeah, and it doesn't like any other coordinate system because I went off the bottom. I'm a little surprised that I'm not able to just kind of make it fit elsewhere. Okay, pretty much just the same plan as last time. We just do it on a larger scale, a bit more of a linear scale here. I'm doing everything in a line so that I can expand out kind of endlessly. Oh, I've forgotten a very important part of the process here. I do, of course, have to load everything in here. Same plan, as I say, as last time. We've got the refiner taking in the crude oil. It then splits it out with the power of the sorter filters back here into different lanes, and of course these don't want to work because they're not powered, but that's fine, we can do that. The plan is to then pull in more oil from these surrounding areas to then get, I haven't set these up, to then keep ahead of all of these refineries was what I was going to say. The real question, of course, is what do we do with all this oil? What was that last bit of science that came in? It must have been like weapon damage or something. I've just queued up all the weapon damages, all of the drone upgrades, damage, attack speed, durability, and squadron expansion, and of course, structure damage, durability, I suppose. Okay, I'm going to do something a bit weird. I've been known to do that from time to time. We're going to try and move through here. I've been shown a very valuable key. You can press R and it will change the route that it's going, including diagonals, which we might have to pay attention to later on in the game. Oh, I can't get that turn how I need it to go. Okay, so if that's the case, how about going this way? Okay, beautiful. So we can extract a whole bunch of hydrogen out of here if we wish to, and I do wish to. Back to the base. Okay, after a totally efficient and not waste of resources trip around the South Pole, I know where we are on our own planet. My plan right now is to try and sneak down the side of the burners and then just kind of feed into there. That should work well for us. Look, we've got a little bit of a bottleneck there. Let's upgrade that. Okay, that's doing better, but for how long? Is it longer to travel up high or shorter to travel up high? I'm going to assume longer because I'm like traveling a bigger arc, if you will. But yeah, as I was trying to allude to, we are not burning enough of this stuff. I mean, is there a way of just destroying stuff? They're like, use the storage tank. Oh, total power generation of the cluster's power grid reaches 100 megawatts. Hey, that's like a small town. Doing good. More importantly, I have just opened up enough of these burners to be fairly confident that we need more oil refineries, though we probably only need one to make up for the amount of stuff this is producing. Alright, let's try the whole blueprint thing again. Can I drag all of this out, grab all of that, like this, use now, and then we throw this down like this? Yeah, right here. It wouldn't let me. Is it double click? I thought it was shift. Okay, well we got something down. Let's see what gets placed and how it compares to what we're expecting. There's some unupgraded line there. We don't want that. Okay, so what even is what? Okay, these should have been connected first. I see what's going on here. Not sure why they haven't connected properly, but it's a fairly quick fix. Okay, I've introduced the flow of another another extractor over here. Sorry, it's popping in to this refinery, and now I need to actually get this hydrogen out of here, which hopefully should be relatively simple. If I click there and then go oh, it doesn't like this corner over here. It's like, no, you can't turn down that quick, which I kind of understand, but I'm not trying to turn down this quick. I'd like to turn down relatively slowly. So we've got the first little burst, if you will, coming through, but then, like, for 2 entire oil sumps, this is kind of disappointing, I have to say. Oh, we're at a hydrogen surplus. That's good to see. Shame about the red cubes are not building up. I wonder why the blue ones did. Let's have a look. I'm going to try some magic with some upgrades and see if upgrading the inputs is going to help. I wonder if we can actually upgrade twice. It turns out, yes, we can. Okay, that's nice. See if that's any better. I'd like to upgrade this entire belt as well, please. Are we going to be able to keep ahead of that? But I think that should have produced enough here. Is it going to make it through? Nothing makes it through. Well, nothing made it through, but production is faster. There we go. You can see my influence over the research for the past hour or so. It's definitely been climbing, but we could have done better. Oh, look at these burst. Look, how did I do so well in these other places? But this must be me burning through, especially these ones here, resources that have been collected up on belts. I was just thinking I'd not heard any announcements about destroying this place for a while, and the on-orbit element of the enemy base is missing. That's very interesting. But with that, I am going to say thank you very much for joining me for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. We've managed to speed up the red cube production at least a little bit. Now what we need to do is speed up the actual number of cubes that we can actually make with the number of factories we need to put down. That's kind of what I need to say here. We did a bunch of stuff today, and the one that I'm definitely most proud of is our solar panel South Pole. I will see you next time, where we're going to continue our world domination and maybe find out what's been going on with the bad guys. But I will see you then, or when we're going to do that. Bye. Look how much hydrogen is building up. Oh, it's nice.